Greetings, ma'am. We are doing insurance accounting. So I will be explaining what is insurance, its definition, and then the elements of insurance accounting. So first, what is an insurance? So insurance means pooling of funds. Approaching an organization or a company which is exposed to risk. So what the insurance company does is it will pool money from the company or various companies it will have as its clients, and then they'll pool the money from them. And then if anything happen in the future, like any they will struggle to cover, insurance company will come in and help. The money they collect is known as premium, and then that is a fee that they'll charge for the organizations, and then they'll start helping them when they have when they face any issues. So yeah, next slide. So definition of insurance. So in financial sense, what does insurance mean, sir? So insurance is nothing but a group of individual. But what happens is it is a social system where a group of individual, that is the insured, or transfer risk to another party, insurer. So what happens is an organization which believes that it will face any uncertain event, and then it will have any sufferings because of that. What they'll approach the insurance company, and that insurance company is insurer, and the company which approaches the insurance company is called as insurer. What they'll do is they combine together, and then the insurer, that is the insurance company, will cover the losses of the insurer, and for that the insurance company will collect some premium from them. That is in financial term the definition of insurance. Next slide, Kiran. In legal sense, so what does insurance mean in a legal sense? So insurance is nothing but it is a legal contract. The same definition. It is a legal contract where one party or one person, he will pay some consideration to the insurance company. That consideration is a premium to the insurance company. And then what happens is for any damage that the insurer suffers, the insurance company covers the damage. The damage can be anything, like the damage can be any property damages, or any personal or life damage, or any death, something like that. So that insurance company will cover the losses of the insured. So the main motto of the insurance is to protect the insured against uncertain events. So any uncertain events that happens to insured, the insurance company will make sure that it will protect it. Next slide, correct. So there are three elements in an insurance. The first element is insurance as a transfer system. So obviously, as the definition says, insurance is where a insured will transfer his risks and whatever uncertain event is going to face. Any risk that he will face from that uncertain event, he will transfer that risk to the insurance company. And for that, the insurance company that accepts the risk should have the capacity. Financially, it should be strong, and it should be to take the risks of the insurer. And then there are three types of losses that it will cover: property loss, liability loss, and human and personal loss. Property loss can be anything, like if a company which has a godown, and it has insured for that godown, and then any property, for example, any cloth-based godown, and the clothes are destroyed. So that is the property loss, and the property loss will be covered by the insurance company. Liability loss is something that when the company has to pay a loss, when the company has to pay some amount to any worker who has suffered any injury during the work time. So if any, for example, in a construction company where any worker has suffered any injury due to the construction time, and then he to cover his losses, that is known as liability loss. Insurance company will help in covering liability loss. Human and personal loss is death. If any death happened to the death, in life insurance is typically the human and personal loss. Yeah, next slide, Kiran. So the next one is Yeah, insurance as a business. So this is a business actually. For the insurance company, this is a business. Whatever premium they earn, that is, for example, insurance company will earn a lot more than spending, because all the insured that they insure for their company, it is not certain that the event will definitely happen. Not at all. The event may or may not happen. If the event may not happen, then whatever the amount that insurer has paid to the insurance company, then that is their profit only. Because if the event has not happened, and if the company hasn't suffered any losses, then whatever premium it has paid is a benefit to the insurance company. So it's obviously a business. It also the insurance company also covers. No, Kiran, you can come back. Yeah. So the other benefits to the society, what the insurance company gives is, it covers the cost of covered losses. It covers the cost of the losses, and then it also reduces the financial uncertainty of the insurer, and then it also efficient use of resources. It makes the perfect use of the resources. It provides a credit satisfaction, obviously, and it also satisfies the business requirements. Whatever requirements, it makes sure it satisfies. And then any infrastructure development, it will also help in sourcing investment for infrastructure development, and then it also reduces the social burden of the insurer. Next slide, Kiran. Insurance as a contract. So insurance is a legal contract. So it is legally enforceable, and the contract is between insurance company and the insurer. So the insurance company must have these 4 requirements. So offer and acceptance. An offer should be made from the insured. And should be consideration. The consideration should definitely be in terms of money, which will be valued. So consideration here is premium. The premium that insured paid to the insurance company is consideration. Capacity. Capacity meaning both the parties should be a sound person. There shouldn't be any. Both the parties should be legally sound, and then there should be. For example, if the insurance company is insolvent, there is no way that the insurance company can enter into a contract, because he's insolvent and he's not eligible to enter into a contract. So capacity means both the parties should be legally sound and should enter into a contract. Yeah, and then legal purpose. So whatever is the objective of that particular contract, it should be legal. There shouldn't be any illegal purpose for the entrance of the contract. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah.
So I will be speaking on the insurer's business model and the types of insurance. So this is the basic insurance business model. So insurers make money in 2 ways. So mainly underwriting and investing. So underwriting is the process by which insurers select the risk to insure and decide how much in premiums to charge for accepting those risks. So suppose if you buy a warehouse, like if you take a fire insurance for that, so suppose they'll check the risk for the fire. They'll check what's the how much money would they have to give claim if there was to be a fire, and how long will they need to cover those, and so like they calculate premium based on that. So and the second way they make money is by investing. So they take this premium, so they invest the premium that they collect from insured parties. Like it can be through annum or per month they collect premium. So they take this premium and invest and get some rate of return on through those investments. Now the next thing is claims. So these claims and loss handling is the materialized utility of insurance. So this is the product we buy when we take an insurance. So that's the basis for the insurance. And the next is marketing. So insurance will often use insurance agents to initially market or underwrite their customers. So like we can see a lot of people come to our house asking to take this insurance. So these people are basically agents, and they are paid by the insurance. They get commission for each insurance they are able to get from the customers. So next slide. So there are basically 2 types of insurance. First is life insurance, and then is general insurance. So next slide. So life insurance is a written contract between the insured and the insurer, so that provides for the payment of the insured sum on the date of maturity of the contract or on the unfortunate death of the insured. So whichever occurs earlier. So suppose if a person takes 15 years, so on in the 15th year, suppose if he died before that maturity, date of maturity which is set, they will receive the whole amount which they have already declared the insured for, or otherwise they'll get it on the date of maturity. Next page. So next is general insurance. So these are general insurance are insurance which are not life insurance, everything but life insurance. So they include automobile and homeowner policies, provide payment depending on the loss from a particular financial event. So general insurance typically comprises any insurance that is not determined to be life insurance. So we'll see a few general insurance. So next slide. So these are some of the types of general insurance. So they are health insurance, business insurance, automobile insurance, and fire insurance. So next slide. So health insurance. So like medical insurance, how we take for any doctor visit, or we have some insurance to cover that. So this is a health insurance. So like just like one looks to safeguard one's wealth, so these policies ensure guarding the insurance health against any calamities that may occur, cause long-term harm to one's life, and even hamper one's earning ability for long term. So suppose like a person can get paralyzed, or so that may not help him to, or if he goes off unsound mind, he won't be able to work. So the earning ability is gone. So this can help. So they can give money per month or per quarterly, whatever is the agreement, and this can help them to live throughout the rest of their life. So some examples are Mediclaim policy, personal accident, group accident, and even traffic accident. So next slide. So next is business insurance. So this is a risk of loss of profits of businesses. Goods, plant, and machinery are most profound in case of business. So under this head, they cover the most widely used policies that cover a business from any loss of the above kind. So some of the policies are burglary insurance. So like any theft. So these losses can be recovered through if you take these kind of insurance, and even any losses they can. So they have a set in an agreement. They will set an amount of profit that they seem to be any loss. They seem to be like recoverable through the insurance. Even shopkeepers insurance, keyman, previous slide. Keyman insurance, marine insurance. So these marine insurance. So mainly suppose for cargo vessels. So if you transport one from one place to another location, so any goods, loss of goods, or any damages, they can be recoverable if you take an insurance on them. Any public liability insurance, please, yeah. Workman compensation insurance. So these insurance like suppose any wages, suppose if he is unfit or he is ill, so these wages can be they can be refunded to him by the insurance. So next slide. So auto policy. So this automobile policy insurance. So this is mainly car insurance. We have all seen compulsory by the government. So this is auto policy is required to be taken to cover the risks that arise to the owner, vehicle, and the third party. So these three must be covered. So this includes the compulsory vehicle policy in India by the Motor Vehicles Act. Every car owner is required to be covered against act risk. So this is compulsory in India. Mainly in everywhere, it is compulsory to take a car insurance policy and the comprehensive vehicle policy. The next page. So fire insurance. So this policy is required to be taken to prevent any loss of profit or property from incidental fire. So you can get fire insurance and fire consequential loss policies. So this is mainly suppose if there's a fire to take any loss of any damages or any loss incurred to the insurer in the people who are insured. So they get the money from the insurer. Yeah, next slide.
In India, we have SEBI for controlling the stock exchange. So in the same way, we have IRDA for controlling the insurance. IRDA is Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. So the mission statement of IRDA is to protect the interest of the policyholders, to regulate and promote the growth of the insurance industry, and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So the IRDA consists of totally 10 members, one chairman, 5 full-time members, and 4 part-time members. All these 10 members are appointed by the Government of India. So in IRDA Act 1999, Section 14 talks about the powers, duties, and functions of IRDA. Subject to the provisions of the Act or any other laws, time being enforced, the authority shall have the duty to regulate, promote, and ensure the orderly growth of the insurance business and reinsurance the business. Now we will see what are the functions, powers, and duties. The first and foremost function is the issue of the certificate of the registration. Renew of the policy. If you get expired the old policy, you can renew it. They will modify if any change in address, nominee, or the policy of the scheme. If you are not interested in a policy, you can withdraw at any time. They are allowed to suspend or cancel such registrations. The second function is to protect the interest of the policyholders in the matters of assigning of policy, nomination of policyholders, insurance interest, settlement of claims, surrender value of the policy, and other terms and conditions of the policy. IRDA also specifies the required qualification for the agents and employees, and also code of conduct for intermediaries and agents. Many of the training programs will have for educating the insurer or the intermediary and agents. Code of conduct for loss assessor and surveyor. Loss assessor and surveyor is an insurance intermediary licensed by the IRDA and professional link to investigate, manage, and validate the deals. IRDA ensures that insurance business is conducted effectively with code of conduct and professional ethics. IRDA also specified that all the books of the account should be maintained in a manner that is prescribed in the Act. It controls and regulates the rate of insurance to prevent unwanted price hikes in the premium. And it also sets the rules and regulations to ensure the interest of the policyholders are taken care of. To prevent the malpractices and fraud, the IRDA has also set a grievance redressal forum to ensure the policyholder is protected. All the adequate actions are taken where such standards are not maintained.
And let us get into this topic. The first one is the bank deposit approach. It is the simplest method. Like under this method, like the initial deposit grows with a credited interest. Like the more you deposit, it will be equal. Like the more you get the interest, and there is a vice versa as well. Like the more you withdraw, the interest you get will also be declining. Okay. The additional and the initial deposits will be predetermined in advance. I mean, and as more you deposit, the interest you get also increases. In prospective approach, under this method, the current value of deposit is will be equal to the present value of the future payments. Okay, and it doesn't matter whether the initial deposit is made or not. Under this approach, the interest rate is generally generally a market rate, okay, and will be based on the risk-free rates. And next is the retrospective approach. In retrospective approach, the word itself says it starts from very beginning, okay, like from the past payments, all those things. Under this approach, the deposit acts as a function of for the initial deposit, all past payments, and current estimates of all future payments. Under this method, the interest rate will be a rate for which the discount value of past payments and the estimated future payments would be equal to initial deposits. Under this method, the interest rate fluctuates as the cash flows fluctuates. Next slide, Kiran. Thank you.
Subbuka, you can start.
Hello. So my concept is basic insurance accounting. Next, Kiran. So basic insurance accounting takes three concepts. One is loss and loss adjustment expenses accounting basics. Next, reinsurance accounting basics, deposit accounting basics. Next. So coming up to the loss and loss adjustment expenses account, is one of the first concept of basic accounting of insurance. The basic accounting transaction claims, increasing or decreasing claims reserves. These two items affect the income statement to incurred loss. So paying claims in terms like if you pay claims from the insured party or increase or decrease of claim reserves. So whenever loss occurs, insurance company will have a finite number of reserves which they try to substitute or compensate with their own finite reserves. This time loss may occur and they may adjust this loss by paid losses plus ending loss reserve minus beginning formula. So whenever this loss occurs, they use this formula and get it done over by it. Next, Kiran. Insurance accounting basics. So, again, as a term or a company, technology of some company that is there for insurance purpose, insurance company purpose. Every policy holder will go for insurance company. Every policy holder will go for insurance company, and insurance company also have some kind of insurance company which is there for compensate their loss also, and that's called reinsurance company. So so reinsurance company is there for insurance company, so they try to maximize the losses of insurance company. So these companies are known as reinsurance company. These two there are two generator approaches to study insurance accounting currently in existence. Treating the seeded insurance entries as negative of the direct or assumed insurance entries. So what is seeded insurance means? Seeded insurance means insurance company who are ready to generate, who are ready to take losses, or who are ready to provide for policyholder the premium for policyholder. Next one is assumed insurance companies. Assumed insurance company is someone who are ready to take losses of insurance company. I mean, these are the people of original of reinsurance company. Next one is treating the purchase of reinsurance as a purchase of an asset. So whenever insurance company make a contract or accepts the policies of reinsurance, they treat it as purchase of an asset. So for them, reinsurance companies is just known as asset. Next, Kiran. Deposit accounting for a contract. Deposit accounting for a contract generally observes the following rules. The accounting is done on an individual contract by contract basis, not on a portfolio basis. Very simple to explain. Even if the resulting contract by contract amounts are reported on a summary basis in a financial report. So every insurance will go on a contract to contract basis, not on a portfolio basis. So the next one is the amounts received for a contract is recorded as deposit liabilities. Same thing like if an investor, sorry, if an owner invests something in his business, is known as capital, and capital is recorded as liability. Same thing as known as in insurance company also. If someone policyholder takes any insurance policy and if he pays some deposit, that is considered as deposit liability, and that will be considered with no revenue or expense impact. So next one is the deposit liability is increased due to additional receipts, and additional receipts is in the means whenever he makes any additional receipts, or whenever he makes additional payment, that is considered as additional receipts. Usually investment income, credits of some sort, and decrease due to payments. Due to decrease due to payments, because insurance company, if they suffer, if any policy holder suffer any risk, insurance company has to pay from his premium. So definitely they will decrease it due to payments. As such, deposit generally represent present value of future payment obligation. Deposit value. So there will be or there will be a rule that you have to deposit this much monthly or per annumly. So it shows the future payment obligation of insurance companies too. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.